In business, it's never just another day. Every day is the day. It could bring your biggest order yet or a new cyber threat. Whatever the day holds, with Comcast Business, you'll be prepared. With a network that can deliver gig speeds to most businesses, Comcast Business Security Edge to help protect your connected devices, and a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. We'll keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Myth versus fact. Pop quiz. What does not cause infertility or genetic mutations, but can save lives? All the free COVID-19 vaccines that are already protecting millions of people in Virginia. Visit vaccinate.virginia.gov.
At their public schools.
D.C. police chief on a video showing an officer punching a man during an arrest.
I am embarrassed.
I'm Mike Murillo.
The UN saying climate change is now code red, 10 o'clock.
This is CBS News on the Hour, presented by Indeed.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper, CBS News. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer says the vote on final passage of the bipartisan infrastructure bill will take place at 11 a.m. tomorrow.
The bill will represent a substantial down payment towards the level of infrastructure investment our country needs. And for the first time, the Senate has come together around such a package in decades.
The U.S. is now averaging more than 100,000 new COVID cases each day, with every state reporting high or substantial community transmission. CBS's Omar Villafranca in hard-hit Louisiana.
Louisiana is averaging 30 COVID-related deaths a day, and more than 2,700 people are hospitalized with the virus. Like 61-year-old Douglas Allen, the college football fan has been at Baton Rouge General for almost a month after waiting to get the vaccine.
I wanted to wait a little bit later because of football.
In Texas, where cases are surging, the Dallas Independent School District is the first to require teachers and students to wear masks, defying Governor Greg Abbott's order banning mask mandates.
A UN report says Earth's climate is getting so hot that temperatures in about a decade will probably blow past a level of warning that world leaders have sought to prevent. CBS's Ben Tracy.
This summer's apocalyptic wildfires in California and Greece, floods in Belgium, are just a glimpse of what could come. Scientists say the planet is warming faster than at any time in at least 2,000 years.
Climate change is a problem that is here now.
The UN report says it is unequivocal that human influence has warmed the atmosphere, ocean, and land.
One of New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's accusers, Brittany Comesso, identified in the state AG's report as Executive Assistant Number 1, tells CBS's Jerika Duncan.
He put his hand up my blouse and cupped my breast over my bra. I exactly remember looking down, seeing his hand, thinking to myself, oh my God.
Comesso has filed a criminal complaint, and the New York State Assembly's impeachment probe is underway. A woman has sued Britain's Prince Andrew, saying accused sex offender Jeffrey Epstein forced her to have sex with the prince about 2 decades ago. CBS's Peter King.
Virginia Giuffre says Jeffrey Epstein brought her to London as a sex slave when she was 17 and forced her to have sex with Prince Andrew.
He knows what happened. I know what happened. And there's only one of us telling the truth. And I know that's me.
2019 interview that's just aired in Britain. Giuffre says there were 3 occasions in London and New York, something the prince denied 2 years ago.
And U.S. employers posted a record 10.1 million job openings in June. This is CBS News.
With Indeed Instant Match, just sponsor a post and immediately receive a short list of quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
10:03 on this Monday, August 9th. 74 in D.C. right now. We'll see partly cloudy skies tonight with lows in the mid-70s. Good evening, I'm Ken Duffy. The top local stories we're following this hour. If you have a child who goes to school in Montgomery County, should the school system require your child to get a COVID-19 vaccine? Bethesda Beat reporting that the public school system is considering the idea, now that the counties are requiring government employees to get a shot. It's unclear, though, if the proposal would allow for the unvaccinated to continue attending school so long as they're routinely tested for COVID. A spokesperson for MCPS says all options are on the table. There's also another county school system that recommends face coverings in schools this fall. At their latest meeting, the Fauquier County School Board strongly recommends masks for kids in schools and on buses. along with staff and visitors. Now, currently, masks are optional if people can maintain 6 feet of social distancing in school buildings. Under these new rules, a student wearing a mask who is identified as a close contact with somebody who has tested positive for COVID-19 will not have to quarantine as long as the person testing positive was also wearing a mask. D.C.'s police chief responding to viral video that shows an officer punching a man during an arrest in Southeast. WTOP's Mike Murillo has more from MPD headquarters.
I was upset when I saw the video.
D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti says it was after witnessing a drug deal that an officer is seen punching the man on video as several officers tried to arrest him. Conti says what he saw leaves him embarrassed
And ashamed of what I've seen.
He says 3 officers involved will have no contact with the public, and the one seen throwing the punches is on administrative leave. He says prosecutors will now decide if criminal charges should be filed. Conti says while they did find a gun on the man,
This is not the way we train our members to get illegal firearms off the streets.
At D.C. Police Headquarters in downtown D.C., Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Now, as far as the man seen in the video being punched, he's been released after prosecutors declined to pursue charges. As for the case against the officers, the U.S. Attorney's Office only saying it's examining the actions of the officers involved, but because it's a pending matter, it would be inappropriate to comment further on the case.
This is Kate Ryan.
The community is upset and want to get answers.
D.C. Councilmember Trayon White serves the Ward 8 community.
I was completely shocked at what I saw on a video.
White said he agreed with D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti's assessment of the video that showed a man being repeatedly punched by a D.C. police officer during an arrest on Sunday.
And I do agree that we have to get guns off the street, but we have to do it the right way, and that's not the right way. So I think his response was correct. Being transparent and open about what happened is always good for the public because we are public service.
Kate Ryan, WTOP News.
We also have a response to the arrest from the D.C. Police Union, which says 4 officers were hurt during this arrest. In a statement, the union says the suspect had a fully loaded ghost gun in his front waistband, which it says was a danger to the officers and anybody nearby. The union is confident that once the facts come to light, the officers' actions will be understood and deemed justifiable. In response to charges being dropped, a union head, Greg Pemberton, says prosecutors, in his words, have absolutely no intention of holding anyone accountable. Well, you're being asked to share what you think of the job officers with Anne Arundel County Police are doing. The county, the police department, and the Johns Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health putting together an online survey that only takes about 9 minutes to complete. You can fill it out anonymously, and it does not collect any personal data. It will be available online for a month, and you can link to it at WTOP.com. Well, coming up, we'll talk about a climate change report that sounds the loudest alarm bells yet about the situation and the time that is running out to reverse the trend. It's 10:07.
Are you protecting your health during the pandemic? If you're a D.C. resident 16 years and older, you're eligible to receive the COVID-19 vaccine. For more information about the vaccine, visit coronavirus.dc.gov/vaccine or call 855-363-0333. That's 855-363-0333 or coronavirus.dc.gov/vaccine. Protect yourself. Get the COVID vaccine. Brought to you by the D.C. Department of Health and Mayor Muriel Bowser.
Mr. Kelly.
Oh, hey, Sergeant.
What's all this?
With all the time I've been home, I put in a Zen garden.
What an amazing place to balance your chi.
It is. And with a personal loan from PenFed, I was able to borrow the entire cost, up to $35,000, at a great low rate with no hidden fees and a simple pre-qualify.
But you're not in the military.
It's a new day, and it's coming at you fast. With Comcast Business, you'll have what you need to take on every twist and turn, like the flexibility to control multiple Wi-Fi networks from anywhere, a cybersecurity solution to help protect all your connected devices, and the power of the nation's largest gig speed network, all supported by a dedicated team available 24/7. Every day in business is a big day. Comcast Business will keep you ready for what's next. Comcast Business, powering possibilities.
Myth versus fact. Know what's not a myth? Long COVID. Fact is, it can cause long-term breathing issues in young, healthy people. Learn the facts. Get vaxxed. Visit vaccinate.virginia.gov.